September 25, 2000. Sydney Olympic Stadium. 112,000 spectators. A national TV audience of 10 million. 3 billion around the world, all watching Australia.
Whether it was the Olympics or if it was just the point it was in history, it's just easy to say that it was around Sydney 2000 that Australia had grown up. It was the right time for us.
Cathy Freeman. Focused, favourite, carrying the hopes of all her country for victory in the women's 400-metre final and to help turn a new page in Australian history. For Australians, the Sydney Olympics is an opportunity to showcase the nation.
Best place in the world.
From that opening ceremony, I've never known Sydney in such a great mood, and I think that filtered out to the rest of Australia, and there was just this incredible optimism.
Australia is the first host country to employ an army of nearly 50,000 volunteers to help run the Games and the city.
Better than winning gold. Best moment in my life, I think.
They are key to creating the atmosphere that will make this the best Olympic Games ever.
Australia was having a party and we'd invited the world to be a part of that. It was really 2 weeks where the very best I know of my fellow countrymen really shone through.
At the opening ceremony, we showcase the best of our past and celebrate a diverse, modern nation. To add to the pressure on her, Cathy Freeman is the star of the show. In 10 days, she will run against the world's best, carrying Australia and its past on her shoulders. Cathy Freeman is acutely aware of the tides of Australian history. Her grandmother was removed from her family by the government, one of the stolen generation. The professional football career of Cathy's grandfather was cut short by prejudice. Yet she has always taken equal pride in her country and her Indigenous heritage. 6 years earlier at the Commonwealth Games,
She's flying home, Freeman, and she gets up for gold for Australia.
she carries both the Australian and the Aboriginal flag after winning the 400, an act that offends some Australians.
Certainly, I think it is improper to associate the Aboriginal flag with the Australian flag.
We walk in two different worlds. That is mainstream Australia world where, you know, it's very much about the life we normally live. But we also have this cultural side. We have this Aboriginal side that we're very proud of.
And Cork is away. A new Olympic record this morning.
The Sydney Olympic Games begin. Led by 17-year-old Ian Thorpe, Australia's best take the world by storm.
He's coming in gold and a world record.
They win 30 medals in the first week, 10 of them gold. But athletics is the glamour event of the Games, and Cathy Freeman's 400-metre final is the moment all Australia has been waiting for.
I'd been calling for a long time that night before Cathy's race, so I was fully warmed up. And the moment she walked onto the track, my mouth went really dry. I got very nervous. And I realised the moment had arrived. And could you think of the pressure she must have been under?
Set.
Away, Freeman out well, a mighty roar. Surrounds the stadium. Hogan Poyer wide, sailing Freeman.
The hope of the nation, the expectation of the nation was on her shoulders.
Graham's in front of her. Freeman's got work to do here.
I was on the finish line, and I can tell you how nervous I was and how nervous everyone around me was.
There's about 150 to go. Guevara and Mary are right up.
She just went out there and she did exactly what everyone hoped she would do. It was phenomenal.
Big finish into the slate. Graham leads. Freeman runs up to her. Mary inside. Kathy lifting. Goes up to Graham.
It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it when she rounded the bend. Coming into the straight, she just kicked away and we're all screaming.
Mary inside. Kathy lifting. Goes up to Graham. Takes the lead. Looks a winner. Draws away from Graham and Mary. This is a famous victory. A magnificent performance. What a legend. Was a champion.
As a country, we'd celebrated gold medals before. We'd won tennis Grand Slams, even the America's Cup. But this victory is different.
It'd be nice to think that something did change that night. It was awesome how Kathy, under the most extreme pressure, was able to win that 400-metre race. And I've got no doubt that it did bring us all closer together.
Just as she did 6 years earlier, Cathy Freeman carries 2 flags on her victory lap. This time, Australians stand as one and applaud.
Here is that electric moment where the different forces that still are unresolved come together. And I had tears in my eyes. I think many Australians had tears in their eyes because something deeply personal in our story that we haven't quite resolved in that moment came together and was celebrated.
Cathy's win is a shared moment of hope for what Australia might become.